matter-of-factly that the heads of MTV were conducting satanic rites.
I know that sounds outrageous, but that's what happened.
Harrison, Courtney Love's father, stated matter-of-factly that the heads of MTV were conducting satanic rites and required the same of those who wished to be featured on the channel.
Was Courtney, do you know of, ever involved in the occult or witchcraft or anything like that?
Absolutely, man. No kidding. She got really fascinated with it, especially when she was with MTV. And the head people at MTV were totally into satanic cults. Johnny Depp made a movie. Remember the movie he made about the missing book?
Yeah.
And they went and he found it. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that was going on.
Well, like what?
The kind of stuff where they were having meetings and wearing red masks and sacrificing people and stuff.
Get the hell out of here, at MTV.
The heads of MTV, the people at the top levels of MTV, were definitely...
This is it. Welcome to MTV Music Television, the world's first...
You know, I knew when MTV first started that there was a cult of black magic or dark magic people at MTV.
Really? And you know this from a source that you trust?
I trust, and also through the original MTV people, the musicians that were going through MTV couldn't get on MTV unless they were vetted by these people.
Really?
And they had definite proclivities to not let anybody in there unless they were able to manipulate them through these various cult practices. They get so much power, so much money, they just think they can do anything,
But I was the managing president of Zodiac Productions. I got to know many of the people who produce music and sing the music and play the music that you play. Now, one of the closest friends that I got during that time that I obtained was a man named David Crosby. Crosby, Still, Nash and Young. And I saw David the day before Christmas last year, talked with him. I said, David, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I've been hearing that you must be an initiated witch now to get a record contract. He said, that's right. He says, many of us that weren't total witches have to be witches now in order to produce music.
Or those who didn't know, I was also there one night late. I wanted to meet Jay-Z. He was coming. They're like, oh, he wants to meet you. So I watched them open a closet, which I thought was a closet. It was like a double closet right on the main floor. It was all the way in the back, but there was like a dance area. You could open it. Man, there was like an altar, but it was small because the closet wasn't deep. And I said, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're putting the masters together. I know something negative when I see it. And I just asked them. There was a lot of purple. There was some cup. I said, what are you doing? And they said, you need to get out of here. He was Catholic. He needs to leave. And I said, I know what you guys are doing. I says, I heard about this. And then we were fired, gone, contracts ripped up, destroyed.
Frank and I were discussing what he went through with Heist Click, what he went through with his band, and what he witnessed. And you heard him say that there was an altar in there. Okay, now I'm going to play a clip, and I actually played this for Frank the first time I got a chance to speak with him about this a couple weeks ago, and he had never heard this. So here you have two separate people, and they're both saying the same thing. So I'm just saying, look, you don't have to believe what we're talking about. And I don't expect you to believe in what the elites believe in. John Todd from the 70s discussing the altar and what they do with the master, and then Frank and I can get back into it.
After it's been recorded, it's taken in. This is why a master is cut months in advance before it's released. On the full moon, it's taken in to a temple room about the size of this auditorium that is in every one of the major music companies, behind locked doors up in the executive offices. And it's placed on an altar sitting in the north of the room, and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards and a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia or something like that, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master.
These ancient acts are ritualistic in nature. They are methods of cult initiation, designed to gain control over the initiate through trauma and blackmail. Actors are often required to perform in illicit underground porn films distributed among Hollywood's inner circles. Some of it is especially produced for a particular power player or politician. Marilyn Monroe was used in such sick films.
When Frank returned from Calneva, he asked me if I would develop the film myself and not let anybody else see it. And I developed the film, and I saw Marilyn on all fours. There were about 9 frames of film. She was quite sick. She looked sick, and astride her, either riding her like a horse or trying to help her up, I couldn't tell which, was Sam Giancana. Either riding her like a horse.
Fritz Springmeier claims Madonna was used in such underground films as well. Snuff films are produced when actors or models are used up or start speaking out, many times made to look like an overdose or suicide. Think the movie Eyes Wide Shut.